absolutely delighted to commend to you today Commission's Training for Leadership and Ministry Programme, TLM for short. As a family of churches, we've got a big vision to see thousands of lives transformed through hundreds of churches in tens of nations. Now, a vision like that requires us to be outstanding at the training and multiplying of leaders. We don't want you to go out feeling totally ill-prepared for the tasks that God's called you to. We want you to be really well equipped to know that you can do an outstanding job by the grace of God and the empowerment of the Holy Spirit with the tools that we hope you will receive for doing this course. Now, there are two tracks to TLM, a leadership and ministry track. I'm going to ask Arena to speak about the leadership track in a moment to you. The ministry track is focusing on areas of theology and practice that would be distinct to us as a family of churches. What makes Commission Commission? So, for example, there are many subjects, but we will be looking at the charismatic gifts, the ascension gifts, complementarian theology, baptism in the Holy Spirit, baptism, Lord's Supper, discipleship, pastoral care. We want to tackle some of the areas of ministry which are core and foundational to who we are as a family of churches, so that you come through TLM feeling really well trained, well equipped, well mentored to do a brilliant job in the areas of leadership and ministry God's called you to, whether it's in local church, whether that's in the workplace, whether you're feeling called to plant a church or to go overseas. This core program exists to equip and train you in those areas to be godly, fruitful, faithful men and women who lead well and are well equipped to do so. So please do sign up to TLM. We'd love to have you on board. We've got an outstanding team of men and women who are going to be teaching and training with us. You will not be disappointed. I'm very confident that this will go some way to serving us as a family of churches with the great vision that God's given to us. So do please sign up.
We've got so much great leadership content for you as part of TLM. We've been speaking to existing church leaders and ministry leaders, and we've asked them, what would you have liked when you first started out? And these are the kind of topics that we'll be covering, the kind of things that existing leaders wished they'd had training for when they started out. In fact, if you come onto TLM as a new or aspiring leader, you'll have all of these leadership topics covered. But if you're an existing experienced leader who's already been on training before, but would really like to invest in one or two aspects of leadership in more depth, then parts of this leadership course are open to you as well. We know as leaders that we never stop learning. There's always room for us to grow. And we'll be covering topics like conflict. Nearly all of us hate conflict. How do I handle it well? How do I get comfortable with it? How do I make sure that when we go away from conflict, we all feel valued and honoured even when we disagreed? We'll be looking at communication styles. How do you communicate? How do other people perceive you? And how do you work with people who are really different to you? We'll also be exploring emotional and spiritual health. Leadership in ministry can be all-consuming, and it's important that we learn to look after ourselves so that we can keep giving out to others. We'll be looking at practical leadership, things like, how do I manage my time? How do I create a strategy if I want to? Or a vision? How do I delegate well so that I make sure I'm not just doing everything myself as the leader? Most importantly, we'll be looking at leading in the Spirit, so that no matter how equipped or how capable we become as leaders, we're always relying on God and being led by Him. In everything that we're doing, we've drawn on input and expertise from within the church context and also from outside of the church context, merging together the best of both worlds. We are so keen to invest in you. We really, really want to see loads more men and women equipped and released to have significant leadership impact across thousands of people's lives in hundreds of churches and tens of nations. Why not sign up today and see what God might do?